Perception isn't real. So why are you living like it is? Most of y'all don't live in reality. You live in the filtered, fear-soaked version sold to you by your childhood, your Instagram feed, and your favorite distractions. Hey, I'm Sarki. I don't sugarcoat anything. If the truth stings, you probably needed it. And as always, I'm the guy that tells you exactly what you already knew. Thanks, church. You guys really got to understand that most people are addicted to their perception. They think their beliefs are facts. They confuse familiarity with truth. That's the reason. This is my phone. Beautiful, isn't it? They scroll to feel connected. Quick stat drop. Where are my glasses? 90% of what you see is processed by your brain before it hits your awareness. So you're not in love, you're addicted to the version of them you made up. That one hurts. That one hurts. It hurts, doesn't it? We are all smart enough to understand that when it comes to social media, people actually curate what they show. So obviously, they pre-filter what you should receive into your little mind. Basically, that is what is going on in real life too. So there's no difference actually. It's the same thing. When you see a person, he's perfectly curated. This is his public image. This is what he wants you to see and perceive about him. You will never know what this person actually thinks, who this person actually is. You don't know nothing about him. You just know about his perception. Obviously, with a bit of background information, you can definitely have some sort of rough estimate. Therefore, you must be able to observe. And what you can take away from social media, why not reframe reality for freedom? Stalk by the age of 25. Unless you rebel. What is the societal no-no? So you probably will be stalked by the age of 25. By the age of 25, most people are locked into a self they didn't choose. They actually never upgraded. They just downloaded. That's actually the reason why your 56-year-old coworker is still talking about high school. Because that was the last time they actually received some original upgrades. You know? Imagine that. Not challenging your beliefs in such a long time span. Just frozen as a set personality. I am not sure if it just sounds crazy to me. And that's the reason I'm making this video. I hope there are people out there that find this shit as crazy as I find it, and that are actually understanding what I'm trying to explain in this video. Because what I'm actually trying to convey in this video is not really a thing about words. It's a thing that you must dissect between the lines, because I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to say that. When you have figured out that literally perception is what most people deem to be reality, then you will need to let go of your ego, and you will need to let of identity or preconceived notions. What I want you to do to put this information that I'm literally downloading into your mind into test is you should restrain from trying to talk and putting on an act and trying to lecture people so they perceive you in a certain way, to just getting into superposition. So just be the observer. Nothing else. Just be the observer. Let people talk. Obviously, you can ask questions. but just let them reveal themselves. Because the more they reveal themselves, the easier it is for you to persuade them. And the more you do it, the easier it gets for you. And the easier you get desensitized from all these things that might sway your perception of things, like status, ego, and other things that are actually not real. After you have received all this information, you can definitely take home with you the fact that obviously reality is nothing that is stuck, and obviously you are not stuck by the age of 25. You just need to consciously open your mind to different possibilities, and that's something that is definitely a bit harder after solidifying your brain and neuroplasticity not being that abundant, so they say. But when you are able to open up and challenge your belief systems, there is so much space that can be utilized for expansion, growth, and switching the narrative. Because that's actually the quickest way to just switch into a different story. And when you switch into a different story, you can set the narrative. And when you can set the narrative, you already understood what I was talking about. That literally most people are swayed and live in a world that is just perceptive. Obviously, because when you would take on all this information, it will hurt your brain. And it hurts. My ADHD people know what I'm talking about. So, at the end I can just say, you're not a prisoner of reality. You're just addicted to the version of it you were fed. Let go. Rewrite it. Twist it. Bend it. Own it. Now subscribe and join the tribe, because you are obviously not an NPC if you made it this far, and you seem to be interested in challenging certain beliefs. I think therefore we need this type of connections so we can elevate each other. The goal is levitation, isn't it?